this problem, we want to perform the indicated operation and simplify. So we got 3x squared minus 7x plus 8 over 2x squared plus x minus 3 minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 6 over 2x squared plus x minus 3. Well, these have the same denominator, so we're going to just add or subtract the top parts, put them into a single fraction. Now remember, if you have a negative out in front of your fraction, that's going to flip the sign of everything up on top. So I'll flip the sign of this first term, second term, and the third term. So that gives us 3x squared minus 7x plus 8. The positive 2x squared becomes a negative 2x squared. The negative 4x becomes a positive 4x. And the positive 6 becomes a negative 6. All over 2x squared plus x minus 3. No matter where you are in math, you should combine together like terms. Here we have 3x squared minus 2x squared. That gives us x squared. Here we have negative 7x plus 4x. That gives us negative 3x. And here we have 8 minus 6, which gives us 2. All over 2x squared plus x minus 3. Okay, now the next step is to factor the top, factor the bottom. Top part is the PSD because it's x squared x, no x, and there's no number in front of the x squared. The bottom one is key number because it's x squared x, no x, and there's a number in front of your x squared. So let's take a look at factoring these. We got x squared minus 3x plus 2. PSD, take your number at the end, ignoring the signs if there is one. So we're going to look at this 2. We're going to create 3 columns: P column, S column, and D column. Now P is product. We're going to list all products to give us 2. We got 1 times 2. The S is for sum. We're going to add these together. 1 plus 2 is 3. The D is for difference. We're going to subtract smaller from larger. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now the number we're looking for is a number on our middle term, which is 3. So we're going to use 1 and 2. So we got x and 1, x and 2. Now our larger number in the P column that we're using, which is the 2, will always be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number I circled in the S column. S for same signs, both positive, both negative. Since the 2 is negative, then the 1 will be negative. And that factors as x minus 1, x minus 2. Okay, let's look at the bottom one now, the key number. So we got 2x squared plus x minus 3. Key number, you take your number at the beginning times the number at the end, ignoring signs. So we got 2 times 3, which gives us 6. Now we're going to write down all products give us 6. That's P column. So we got 1 times 6, 2 times 3. Sum, the S, we're going to add those together. 1 plus 6 is 7, 2 plus 3 is 5. Difference columns, subtract the smaller from the larger. 6 minus 1 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. The number we're looking for is a number before our middle term, which is the 1, which is right here. So we're going to use 2 and 3. We use it a little bit different though. We're going to rewrite our middle term using those 2 numbers. Now the larger number in the P column that we're using, which is 3, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term. So it's going to be a plus 3x. Number I circled over here is in the difference column, D for different signs. 1 will be positive, 1 will be negative. If the 3 is positive, then 2 has to be negative. Then I want to factor by grouping. Now the first 2 terms have an x in common, and that leaves us 2x plus 3. The second group, the last 2 terms, has nothing in common, but my first term is negative, so I factor out negative 1. And that gives us 2x plus 3. Now our goal was to get these the same, which they are. So I'll factor out a 2x plus 3. And to see what goes in your second set of parentheses, you can now cross out these 2x plus 3s. And what isn't crossed out is what goes in your second set of parentheses, which would be x minus 1. So this factors as 2x plus 3 times x minus 1. Okay, that was that. The step back to the top, back to the bottom. Next step, cancel if possible. The only guideline is one's on top, one's on the bottom, and they're the same. Well, here's x minus 1, here's x minus 1. One's on top, one's on the bottom, they're exactly the same. Then that leaves us x minus 2 over 2x plus 3. And that's our answer.